a lot. It's like really good. So we officially start the tour now. And this part, so you have been here before in Cuba?
Just we have, but everybody else no.
In what year?
It was like
Yeah,
7, 8 years ago.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
So the country has changed a lot since then, and also since you will be doing other experiences like around Havana or the island in general. In this tour, we just love to give you like general information. So when you do other experiences, you have like a different perspective sometimes and a little bit more deep understanding of why it is what it is, or maybe why the taxi cost this, why they're pricing it with the currency, why in some restaurants that the places we have, what we eat, and a lot of like general stuff. So this part of the neighborhood is called Vedado. And Vedado. And this is more of a local town, so that's what we do the tour here. So that all the stuff that we'll be seeing and all the people is just Cuban people doing their daily life, their routines. And the first place that we'll be visiting is a farmer's market. Okay. One of the biggest ones that we have here in this area. And well, there I'll show you like what we usually eat around here. And at the same time, because that's something that is not right now becoming a huge problem for us Cubans, is that food has become not affordable for a lot of people. I would say the majority of the population. And it wasn't like that when you came in 2016. The problem is that with pandemic, we were 2 years with no tourists going to the island. And then in Cuba, we are very dependent on the tourist business. Like 70% of our economy depends on that. And the resorts, they belong to the government. So the government would take the money from the resorts, like the strong currencies like euros and dollars, and with that, they will buy everything that you need in the island, in other countries like Vietnam, Brazil, Venezuela, Russia, China. And then they will put it here in the stores for us Cubans at really subsidized prices. So even though that back then our salaries wasn't the highest and our country was not rich, since the government was subsidized everything because they own everything, you could still live on your salary. Like you could afford the basics, food, transportation, maybe going out once in a while, and that was it. Right now, the problem is that not even a lot of people, which is the majority of the Cuban population, that works for the government, because the government owns the majority of the companies, they can afford sometimes buy like the food that we'll be seeing in the market. So do you know already this year how much is the Cuban average salary per month?
No.
It's around 10 and 15 US dollars per month.
A month?
Yes. This is the salary for all the people that work for the government. I always make an emphasis on this because now we have more private businesses. So people that gracias. So people that work for private businesses, they might have a different salary, but this is the salary of the 85% of the population, which is doctors, teachers, nurses, engineers, like everybody that works in the government facilities, because the government owns the schools, the hospitals, the gas company, telecommunication company, electricity company, gas company, everything. So a lot of that, that's why they have that minimum salary. So that in Cuban pesos is between 3,000 to 5,000. So because now in the market, we'll be seeing the prices in Cuban pesos per pound. And it's not very easy, like it's not very hard to do the math, how hard that's become. So I'm not telling you to be sad or anything like that. It's just that so that when you go to do other experiences, or even if you go to a restaurant and you eat, so you appreciate what is there, because right now it's really difficult to get food into the island. So whatever it is, they're giving you with like an open heart so that you appreciate it. Not the same on the whole